did not plan this video at all. It actually came to me in a tarot read. I have like a bunch of different cards here that I felt like I needed to get a message just for like a short little, a little baby message for 2025 because I feel like this is a new year for all of us. I know that, everybody says that every year. We're like, oh, new year, new me. But it really feels like 2025. For one, like we already know. We already know that we're timeline shifting. The world feels so different. Everything feels, honestly, really weird, like in that place of like there's chaos but there's expansion. And that's what I feel like the past like several years have been for everyone is destruction, chaos, growth, expansion. And I feel like that's kind of what we're going through right now at the present moment. But more than ever, it feels like this is going to be a year, for one, of like culmination where there's going to be a lot of people in the world that are expanding. There's going to be a lot of people that are growing. There's going to be a lot of people that are finding their path, finding their way. And I feel like that's the biggest theme for moving forward with life with this new year. And that's what I really wanted to just stress to you guys is I feel like, for one, we need some words of inspiration right now before we enter the new year. And I really feel like this year everyone is being called to be, for one, their most authentic self. But I do want to share with you guys the card that I pulled that I feel like is so indicative of this year, and that is this one, this Sacred Fool. And what I feel like this is really, for one, being called for everyone is everyone needs to be being their authentic selves, but also really truly like loving wholeheartedly, like being down bad for themselves. Like, I am not afraid to show people who I am. I am not afraid to follow this path. I am not afraid to be myself out loud. And the Sacred Fool is really about like following your own journey, following your own direction, not being afraid to look like a fool in front of everyone, not being afraid to just be yourself, whatever that looks like, to pursue passions that probably would look really, really weird, but they are your soul's journey. And I mean like really weird in a way that the rest of the world could be questioning what you're doing. The rest of the world could be questioning what you're thinking. But that's what I really feel like this year's being called for everyone is like, this is like the make or break moment of like, you either choose to follow your soul's purpose, you choose to be your most authentic self, to live and love out loud, to be yourself, no matter what anybody else says, or you choose to continue the same cycles and repeat the same patterns. And I know that that is like a lesson in general for people to either choose a new path or to continue the same patterns. But I feel like more than ever, as we turn into this new year, we're really getting to a place where like the world can, honestly, the people of this world can no longer be the same, because we're tired of the same. We're tired of seeing the same things, the same people, the same influencers, the same jobs, the same, like, we want something different. And if you're watching this right now, that's probably what Spirit is really calling for you right now, is something different. I feel this so deeply within my soul. Like, I am like, all last year, I felt like up until recently, I've been like, go, 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 like changing my mindset, doing things differently, looking at things differently, being honestly isolated and alone and afraid of what things could turn into and what the world is going to turn into, what my life is going to look like, because I feel so led astray. And I feel like that's what next year is turning into, is a lot of people are going to be just doing things different, being the different influencer, being the different person, being the real life influencer, whatever that looks like for you. It's just like, this is like make or break time. And I feel like the other messages that I really was getting along with that is, there's a lot of like fear that I feel like is associated with doing things differently, with following your own path. And for some people, this could be, quitting a job that you've wanted to quit, or pursuing a passion project, or just honestly, just living your life so much more different than it's looked like in the past. And I feel like for one, next year is going to be unexpected for a lot of people. Like there's going to be a lot of unexpected energies. That's honestly what the Fool is in general. The Fool card in tarot, the Fool in general is like a very unexpected energy. It's very unpredictable. It's very rash. And that is what I feel like the general theme for next year is going to be, is very unpredictable. And with the Sacred Fool, this is like embracing your own unpredictable nature of like, this is actually what I want to do with my life now. This is actually who I decide to be now. And wholeheartedly pursuing that. And with that being said, with those changes, it is really hard sometimes to make those changes. And the reason that it is so hard is because your past is constantly coming up. You are constantly like overthinking things, or constantly like being led by limiting beliefs or past beliefs, or what your parents think of you, or what your friends may think of you, or what the world may think of you, how people will perceive you. And honestly, that is you are going to have to let that go. You're going to have to let that go. I have spent the last year trying to like let what other people could think of me go, trying to like let go of my own limiting beliefs, the things that have kept me held back in the past, because that is no longer going to be welcome in 2025. Because if you are letting that happen, if you're letting that energy within your 2025, you are repeating the same things over and over. And I feel like also, with that being said, when you do pursue your own path, when you go your own way, when you become the Sacred Fool, when you allow divinity to flow through you, allow spirit to work through you in ways that aren't going to make sense to other people, and they're not going to make sense to you, but you just follow that and you pursue that and you're filled with that passion, spirit sends you connections that are conscious. Spirit sends you people that are like-minded, people that are magnetized to you and in the same vibration as you. And it's crazy how that happens, but it is so incredibly divine when you just allow yourself to be in that energetic space and to be your authentic self. Because authenticity, that is all we have left now going forward. There's so much of like us getting so tired with, like I said, the same old thing, people that aren't authentic, not having authentic connections, not being your authentic self, pursuing what you want to pursue, doing what you want to do. And honestly, moving forward, you should just be asking yourself, like, does this make me feel good? Does this make me feel expansive? Is this something I'm excited to do? Am I doing instead of being? That's really what this next year of your life is really calling to you. And that's all this message that I had to share. And I felt really passionate about this. I don't know if you could feel it in the video, but I felt really excited to share that, because I just know that there are so many people on this timeline with me that are really jumping into things that they're passionate about. We are no longer wasting time on things that take from us, things that deplete us, things that we're not excited about. Pursue the things that you're passionate about. Pursue a life that you're passionate about, and leave everything else behind. So that's all I had to say. And with that being said, I, for one, want to just take a moment to send you a lot of love and light, and to remind you of how powerful you are, and remind you that when you pursue yourself going forward, things will happen to you, for you, doors will open for you that honestly you probably wouldn't be able to explain. That is how the divine works, and I swear the divine is always working in your favor, especially when you put yourself on that path of moving forward and making new conscious decisions about who you want to be and being your authentic self. So I am sending you so much love and light, and I'm praying for just the most amazing, beautiful new year for you, and praying for those conscious connections to be divinely coming into your life, and for you to be free from the chains of the past. Because after all, at the end of the day, you deserve a life that you love, and you deserve a life that you feel really good about. You deserve to feel really good about yourself. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful year. I'll see you soon.